Ladies and gentlemen, we've officially made it. Week 1 preview, Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Follow me on all my social platforms. Everything will be in the description below. But first, a word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you are a fan of fantasy football or fantasy any sports, this is probably one of the best apps to do so. They have so many different fantasy leagues going on daily, weekly. Any chance you want to build the best roster and try to win yourself some money, Underdog Fantasy is the best place to do so. Right now, if you use promo code AZSF, it will match your deposit up to $100. Download the app today and try to win yourself some money, but please gamble responsibly. Alright, everybody, let's dive right into it. Week 1 preview, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Now, I bet from the outside looking in, there's a lot of people not intrigued with this game, but in terms of Cardinal fans and as well as Commander fans, we're intrigued because there's a lot of unknown for this up-and-coming 2023 season. That goes for both teams, right? The Washington Commanders have a lot of young pieces in a very solid defense. Now, one of the most intriguing players for the Commanders is their young quarterback, Sam Howell. Now, he has impressed in preseason, but they're really excited to see if he's going to be able to take that extra step and elevate his game. Now, for the Cardinals, we're kind of in a different situation because obviously Kyler Murray is missing the first games, being that he is still in the PUP list, and we are starting Joshua Dobbs. Now, there is some people out there that feel like the Arizona Cardinals should tank or that they are tanking. I never thought that the Cardinals were tanking. I think the Cardinals are actually going to be putting their best efforts out there and try to win each game. Now, let's go ahead and take a look here at the depth chart for the Washington Commanders. I feel like they got a very solid team. Now, there is some unknown with the quarterback Sam Howell, but their running backs, I feel like they got a 1-2 punch with Brian Robinson Jr. as well as Antonio Gibson. Now, their wide receiving core, if Terry McLaurin plays, now there was a report that came out that says he is training to actually play this game. I feel like the Cardinals might have their work cut out for them, right? Now, not only Terry McLaurin, they got De'Ami Brown as well as Jahan Dotson as well. So they got a really good wide receiving core. Obviously, a lot of unknown, a lot of inexperience with the exception of Terry McLaurin. So there's a lot of intrigue to see how that wide receiving core is going to be able to cause separation from our cornerbacks here on our side of the ball. Now, I do believe that their defense is probably one of the most scary defense out there and very underrated defense. They come out of a 4-3 defense, but not only that, their defensive line is just nasty. Now, if Chase Young does play, but there's some concern there. There's some concern because it's not just Chase Young. It's Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat. The defensive line is just crazy talented. And I think that's definitely one thing the Arizona Cardinals need to work on is that they are going to get pressure on our Arizona Cardinals. So we got to make sure that we tighten it up, and I know it's kind of easier said than done, but that's definitely something scary to watch is their defensive line. Now, their front seven in general is very good. I'm excited to see what their cornerbacks are going to do. They got Kendall Fuller as well as Emmanuel Forbes. Now, I did like Emmanuel Forbes coming out of this year's draft, and I wanted the Cardinals to go after him, but obviously we didn't. The Commanders ended up drafting him, and I'm excited to see how he's going to shake out and how his career is going to blossom in the NFL. So overall, a very solid team with the Commanders, and some might say that they are actually, a little deeper into their rebuild and they're already ready to compete, where the Arizona Cardinals are just starting, this brand new rebuild with this brand new regime. But the Cardinals, I feel like they got some pieces, right? Let's talk about the offensive side of the ball, and that is going to be obviously Zach Ertz. If he plays, still probably one of the best tight ends in the game if he can stay healthy. Now, I get it, he is aging, but I would put him out there as a top 12, top 15 tight end in the league still. Now, our wide receiving core, I do have high praises for them if they can stay healthy, and that's including Marquise Hollywood-Brown. When we got the report yesterday saying that he was limited in practice with the hamstring issue, obviously I didn't like hearing that because with Joshua Dobbs coming in here less than 2 weeks ago, we're going to need all the weapons and all the stars on the field, and that's including Marquise Hollywood-Brown. Right now, he is listed as day-to-day, and hopefully he is a go. But as of right now, the Arizona Cardinals have two wide receivers over 6'2", and that's Zach Pascal that we just got this year in free agency, and then we drafted Michael Wilson, which there's a lot of people that have high praise for him, and hopefully he can blossom into becoming our wide receiver one eventually, right? Now, we got them, but we also have a lot of speed on our wide receivers as well. We got Greg Dortch, Rondell Moore, and Marquise Hollywood-Brown. So we got some weapons. And now our running backs with James Conner, I still think he can do it as long as he can stay healthy. I think he's going to have a good year for the Cardinals. Now, we also have Keontae Ingram. I'm excited to see how Drew Petzing is going to maneuver this run game, because Jonathan Gannon did say we're going to be a very, very heavy run team. So excited to see how that's going to shake out here for the Cardinals. Now, for the defensive side of the ball, obviously Budda Baker, Jalen Thompson, but there is a lot of unknown. There's a lot of moving pieces with Zaven Collins being moved over to the edge. We got a lot of young edge players that are biting at the opportunity to come out there. We got Kaiser White, a familiar face with Jonathan Gannon. So we got a lot of unknown for our defense, especially our cornerbacks, right? Marco Wilson's trying to take that extra step. And then we got Keitrell Clark that I believe is actually going to start and try to cover one of their wide receivers over there. So a lot of unknown for the Arizona Cardinals on the defensive side of the ball. I think a lot more people have confidence in the offense, but we're really excited to see if they're going to be able to take that step, right? Because if Budda Baker can rally everybody together, our defense has some promising young talent that maybe, just maybe, we can be the next no-fly zone. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Let's dive into some keys to success for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I do believe the Arizona Cardinals can inch out a win against the Washington Commanders. Now, please also keep in mind, if there's any Commander fans that happen to jump on this video right now, Cardinal fans, we have hope, right? It's the beginning of the season. It's a brand new era, and we just have a little hope. So definitely don't bite my head off here in the comments here below. But the Cardinals, what they need to do is they need to establish a awesome run game, right? And that's with James Conner and Keontae Ingram. If we can establish a good run game, I think sky's the limit for this offense, because we got the talent, we got the speed that we're able to take the top off, a defense, as long as they can stay healthy. And that's Greg Dortch, Marquise Hollywood-Brown, as well as Rondell Moore. I think sky's the limit for at least the speed and what we have right now. We do got our 50-50 wide receivers. Now, I don't think Zach Pascal's really known for that type of 50-50, big body guy, but there's a lot of unknown and a lot of intrigue from Michael Wilson. So the run game will only help our play action, will only help our bootlegs, will only help the wide receivers for actually getting open, right, for Joshua Dobbs. So excited to see how that's going to shake out and how our offense is going to work. Now, being that we are going to be a run-heavy offense, at least per Jonathan Gannon, I'm excited to see if Drew Petzing abandons it if it's not working, right? Because we've said it before, that defensive side of the ball for the Washington Commanders is no joke. Their front seven is good, their defensive line is good, and it's going to be tough to run on them. But let's see what happens there. Now, another key to success for the Cardinals is Joshua Dobbs. I'm a little worried because he's got very, very minimal practice, but I understand he's got more, obviously, NFL games under his belt than a Clayton Tune does, so he needs to play an absolute clean game. That's interception-free, that's fumble-free, sack-free type of game, right? Now, if he does get sacked, which is probably going to happen with that nasty defensive line, he needs to be able to wipe it off, right? Wipe it off and go into the next play and try to convert a first down, because it's going to be a tough one. So it's going to be pretty tough here for Joshua Dobbs to maybe master this offense, but that's kind of what the expectations here is, right? Especially if he is listed as QB1 heading into week 1 of the regular season. Last but not least, I believe their number one key weapon over there is going to be none other than Terry McLaurin. I feel like if the Arizona Cardinals can actually maintain him, I don't think we're going to be able to shut him down, but if we're able to maintain Terry McLaurin, I think our defense can hopefully do enough to get our offense on the field and hopefully get the reps that we need to make sure that our offense is actually, going, right, and working to the best of the ability that we hope that we can become. So those are going to be my keys to success. I know it's very, very unknown right now. There's a lot of hope still in the air for Cardinal fans. Some of them, right? There's some pessimistic Cardinal fans out there that are not going to watch the season at all, and that's completely fine. But as of right now, it's a brand new era. It's a brand new year. Let's see what our Redbirds can do here for the 2023 season. Let me know what your guys' prediction here is for the Arizona Cardinals versus the Commanders. Let me know here in the comments below. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.